96.7 KCAL rocks. It is our Monday, and it's time to talk some sports. What happened over the weekend? Our guy Pep.
Man, listen, huge wins for the Rams and the Chargers over the weekend. So believe we will talk about those games. But Patrick, with all due respect, I got to start off sports with a shout out to our local guy Alexander Madison, the pride of San Bernardino High School, getting his first NFL start for the Minnesota Vikings. And he had 171 all-purpose yards to help bring down Patrick's Seattle Seahawks 30-17. So shout out to Madison, and again, with all due respect to Patrick over here.
Soundly beaten there in Minnesota. And we made Kirk Cousins look like a freaking Hall of Famer. Look like Joe Montana.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, people have been waiting for the Vikings to kind of wake up out of this slumber. Like, hey, they're the best team that hasn't won a game yet. You know what I mean? Like, they're a good team. They just haven't got off to a great start. So maybe this is what needed to kind of wake them up a little bit, because Seattle's a good team, don't get me wrong. But Minnesota at home, that's supposed to be a tough place to play. And they got the job done without Dalvin Cook, and Alexander Madison helped them out big time.
And it's getting rougher for us. I mean, over the next 11 days, we have to play the 49ers and the Rams.
Yeah, tough stretch. And the NFC West. And speaking of, man, the Rams, you could make a case maybe the best team in the NFL, maybe at 3-0. Big win at home against the Tampa Bay Bucks, 35-24, as Matt Stafford won that head-to-head duel with Tom Brady.
Throwing over the top to Deshaun Jackson.
And it really took kind of a garbage time touchdown by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to even make it look like it was that close of a game.
They look very good.
Yeah, and you mentioned Deshaun Jackson. I forgot Deshaun Jackson was even on the Rams for a while. It's like, Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods and Higbee, the tight ends. Like, oh, yeah, Deshaun Jackson. Oh, Jefferson. Deshaun Jackson, too. There's so many weapons on the Rams. They should be this good.
It was surprising, and then he's healthy. That was also surprising.
Right.
Yeah, man, if they are all healthy, this is going to be a very dangerous team. But the Rams are at 3-0. They're in first place with the Arizona Cardinals, who are also 3-0, but who I did not mention was the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC West, because they are not in first place. They lost to Green Bay at home on Sunday Night Football, so dare I say, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers are back.
Yeah, it was looking good for the Niners, but they just left too much time on the clock with Aaron Rodgers on the other side of that field.
Lots of wrinkles with Trey Lance, too, so we'll see how that develops.
Yeah, just kind of mix it up. Bring Trey Lance. You got Jimmy Garoppolo. They kind of do different things. And, yeah, it was a game-winning field goal for Green Bay on Sunday night. And, guys, there were so many game-winning field goals on Sunday. I can't remember this many, including that big 66-yarder, which is a new NFL record for the Ravens to beat the Lions.
40 and I were just watching the videos on that of the Detroit fans once that 66-yard boot hits the crossbar, and they're like, yeah! And then it goes in. Oh!
Yeah, shout out to my homie Chris, who it was his birthday we were celebrating yesterday. He's a big Lions fan, and he thought he had the win and just collapsed on the floor when that 66-yarder went in.
That's a total Lions thing, isn't it? Like, you're like, oh, yeah, we totally got 66 yards. A, he's not going to make it. And B, if it's close, like it hits the crossbar, it's definitely not going to go through, right? And, of course, it does. That's a Lions thing.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, sweet meat.
Guys, let's take a quick peek at the AFC West. The Raiders, 3-0, overtime win against the Dolphins, 31-28. So Las Vegas at 3-0. But guess what? Kansas City dropping another game in the AFC West thanks to the Lightning Bolts. The Chargers win 30-24. So right now, this sounds weird, in the AFC West, you still have Denver and Vegas at 3-0, and Kansas City with just one win. Like, what is going on this season?
To me, look at these local teams. They're doing so well. But, even speaking of the Chargers, to me, they're getting gritty wins, the Chargers.
Beating the Chiefs like that in Kansas City was a big win.
Right. They can grit it out, the kid.
Yeah, and you know what? And with this Chargers team, I think the last several years, you can go back probably a decade, and every single year they say, man, this could be the Chargers year. Like, they always look really good on paper, and there's always big expectations that they always fall short. This year, I don't know, man. It just feels different. They got a new head coach. Justin Herbert's a little more seasoned. Their quarterback, like, it just feels a little bit different being 2-1 right now.
Yeah, this division, another one. The black and blue division, it looks like here, except for Kansas City.
Right.
Oh my God.
And
Who
then,
thought that?
and then also, hopefully, Andy Reid is away. Okay, I didn't know if you see, but he got taken to the
Yeah.
hospital by ambulance. They say he's in stable condition, so hopefully he's good.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, they were saying what, like dehydration maybe was the culprit why Andy Reid, the Chiefs head coach, had to leave in an ambulance. So hopefully it is just dehydration. We've kind of all been there. So hopefully he's doing okay for the Chiefs head coach. Guys, let's take a look at Monday Night Football. Eagles, Cowboys. 40, need I say more?
No, one of the most heated rivalries in the NFL goes down tonight on Monday Night Football. Hopefully they both show up.
Yeah.
Two teams that not the greatest of teams this year, but within the division, they both hate each other and they can both beat each other up.
Get that W, even if it's ugly.
See, that's the beauty of it. If you have two mediocre teams or two bad teams, like they're still going to play probably a competitive close game, and we're all going to enjoy it.
It'll be a heart attack for 40. It'll be exciting for the rest of us.
And somebody's got to win this division with both the Washington football team and the Giants getting losses again. It's looking like it could be either Philly or Dallas. So this is actually going to be a really big game for that division.
Maybe this is a decider. One of you take it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if you thought this division got better this year, it didn't. It did not. So the Giants are really bad. The Washington football team might be okay. They might be mediocre. But, yeah, this division is not very good. And I think, yeah, it will come down between Philadelphia and Dallas. That's my humble opinion. But, again, it's just not a very good division for football. Not like, let's say, the AFC West or the NFC West. The NFC East is just not good.
The West is
Very
the best.
appropriate. I'm wearing my Jason Kelsey. No one likes us. We don't care shirt.
Yeah! And that's all right. You know what? Own it. Own that moniker. Hey,
Absolutely.
everyone says our division stinks. Nobody likes us. Own it, man. You against the world, right?
Right.
Guys, college football over the weekend, kind of a mixed bag for our local teams. We'll start with USC losing at home for the first time to Oregon State since 1960. And it was our guy, I mentioned him last week, Chance Nolan, the pride of Paloma High School in Menifee, leading the Beavs to a 45-27 win against USC.
That's right. A little IE love right there. And then also, the quarterback comes back after the kid did so well a couple weeks ago and hurting himself, and he didn't really make it look like he wants to be the quarterback.
No, Keaton Slovis for USC. I mean,
No.
He's been the guy, but maybe there's a quarterback controversy at USC now because that Jackson Dart looked pretty good in his game.
You can tell it rattles him.
Yeah, so I don't know. Things are not good right now at USC. Meanwhile, UCLA found a way to win at Stanford. They beat our guy, Tanner McKee, the quarterback for the Cardinal, who's a Centennial High School product. Actually, McKee had a great game, almost 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, the whole thing. But UCLA winning on the road 35-24. And again, I don't care who it is in the Pac-12. If you win on the road, that's still a big win. So, kudos to UCLA. They're the number 24 team in the nation.
Oh, yeah. You'll take it.
It's definitely not what SC fans wanted to see is UCLA then being able to handle them, no problem.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not what you want to see. Like if USC struggled against Stanford and the UCLA goes on the road, they do what they're supposed to do. I think USC, I don't know if the season's already a wash, but it's like, oh boy, we're in rebuild mode right now.
Yep.
It's painful to watch. And finally, guys, Major League Baseball, we're coming down the home stretch right here. And the St. Louis Cardinals have won 16 games in a row. They are the hottest team in all of Major League Baseball. And I bring this up because there's a very good chance the Cardinals will play the Dodgers in the wild card if the Giants win the division and the Dodgers finish in second place in the NL West. So the Dodgers could run in to the best team in baseball as of right now, this morning.
And that's not good. Baseball is that thing, is it's not always necessarily the best team, it's who's hot. And if these Cardinals are going to get hot, that could be trouble.
You're exactly right, Patrick. And that's why I bring it up. The hottest team going into the postseason is always the most dangerous team. And right now, that is the Cardinals. And the way it all shakes down, unfortunately for the Dodgers, is that if the Dodgers finish in second place, they would play the Cardinals in a wild card, which is not good.
And no one knows that better than Pujols. His last season with the Cardinals, he was terrible the whole season, and he caught fire, and they won the World Series.
Yeah, it happens, man. That's baseball. That's exactly what happens in the baseball postseason.
I remember because he was on my fantasy team and he ruined it for me. Pep, tell him how to get your stuff.
It's Inland Sports. Check us out on social media, the Inland Sports YouTube channel as well, talking local football. That's Inland Sports.